Hello, hello, hi, folks. Happy Wednesday, in hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. If you're joining me live, let me know you are here. If you're catching the replay, I want to know your feedback, especially on this one. Yeah, if you're joining me live, is this T Money joining me? Because T Money keeping you up. What's cracking like in money? Thanks for staying up, man. I think you may like this live. It may be worth staying up. So I'm gonna actually freestyle this one. I had a conversation. I actually had a couple other lives like planned, but I'm gonna go with this one. I had a conversation with somebody today. Excuse me. And this is somebody that I've talked to before. Like I've talked with her before, and so this is by the way, this is my day job. This is not what I do. On the side gig. This is my day job, and so some of you may not even know what I do during the day. I actually I'm into home loans and mortgages, and that's what I do. So anyway, I digress. I was talking to this one lady, and she told me something today, and it just kind of blew my mind, right? So let's just say this. She is getting, let's say, how can I say it before I don't want to give any, okay, so this is what's happening. So 2/3 of her income is literally going down the drain. Literally. And she agrees with it. Like, she literally agrees 100% that I'm right, that it's literally going down the drain, right? And she has the only opportunity to fix that, okay? She has one chance, one opportunity to really fix that. Like, there's only one path of survival, if you would, right? And she knows that. And she knows that, right? However, she doesn't take any action. When I talked to her today, she said that she's binging on TV shows. And we had a long conversation with her. I had a long conversation with her, and I was thinking to myself, how many of us just like literally ignore what's happening to us? You're sitting on the couch, you're binging on TV shows where your 2/3 of your income is going down the drain, and you literally have $200-300 to live with for the entire month, and you haven't paid any bills, haven't had any groceries yet, and you're sitting on the couch binging on TV shows. So I care about this lady a lot. I really care about her, and she agreed with me today too. She goes, "Man, you really care about me." I really care about her, and it's not about, hear me out, it's not about her that I care about. It's about all those people in that category that I care about. Because I've been in that category, sitting on the couch, binging on TV shows, ignoring every crap that's going on in my life. I've done that. I tell you, it doesn't end well. It's not gonna be one of those stories you make into a movie. It's not. Oh yeah, I went broke and I sat on my couch and I binge on TV shows and I became successful. Show me a movie like that. Seriously. And think about, I know this is like, maybe I'm going deep a little bit, but somebody who's gonna watch this live, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe 2 years from today, somebody's gonna watch this live and it's gonna hit them. And I'm speaking to that person. I really am. Because what I told this sweet lady is what I'm gonna tell you. When you're bleeding and you know you're bleeding, sometimes you gotta get up and get that looked at. You can't just sit there and let it bleed, because eventually you're gonna run out of blood. You can't just sit there and ignore all this crap that's going on and sit there and think that it's not happening. Let me tell you something. It's happening. It's real. It's happening. It happens all day, every day to all kinds of people. So I've shared this story before because I really like this story. But I'm going to share this story because I shared this story with her. And I told her, I said, you know what? That's not my style anymore. I'm not here to push anybody to do anything. I don't have time for that. And I told her that. I said, you know what? Either you see it or you don't. If you don't, more power to you. If you do, more power to you. I mean, what else do you want me to tell you? But I will share this with you. And she told me this. She said, Sean, I am a procrastinator. I have been all my life, and that's just how I am. I'm going to put a pause right there. This is going to be a really powerful live. So far, so good. Team Money, since you're the only one live here, I think. So I'm going to put a pause right there. Remind me to come back to that point. So she said, I'm a procrastinator. I have been all my life. Okay? Pause. Let me tell you the story. So this is what I told her. I said, you know what? Can I tell you a story? And she said, she knows I love telling stories, obviously, right? She goes, sure, Sean, she can tell me a story. I said, I'm going to leave you with this thought, okay? To her, obviously. I said, you know, there's this old guy who is sitting on his porch, rocking on his rocking chair, and kind of just having a beer, just kicking back, you know. His old dog is laying right next to him on the porch, just kind of being lazy. And they're just enjoying the afternoon. Here comes up an old salesman, you know, with the hat and old school. Comes up to the porch and sees the old man, sees the dog, says hello, and starts with his pitch. The old man is sitting there and rocking his chair and sipping on his beer. And the dog kind of makes a little move, right? And then it looks like it kind of moaned a little bit, like squeak, right? Kind of moaned a little bit and made a little moaning sound, like, oh, right? Well, that's not a moaning sound for a dog, but you get the idea, right? And then, so the salesman gets a little surprised, looks at the dog, looks at the old man, doesn't seem to react to anything. So he just continues with this pitch. And sure enough, a few minutes more into his pitch, the dog makes another move, and then squeaks and moans in pain again, right? And salesman stops again, looks at the dog, looks at the guy. Doesn't look like it's phasing the guy at all. So he's all right, continues with his pitch. And then a few minutes in, you guessed it, the dog moves again, and he's moaning, right? He's in pain. And then he looks at the dog, he looks at the guy, there's no reaction on the guy's face, like nothing's happened. And then he just stops. He goes, all right, that's it. You know what, I gotta ask, what's wrong with your dog? And the old man says, he's laying on a nail. And then the salesman says, well, why doesn't he move? And the guy says, I reckon it don't hurt as much. See, I truly believe that all of us are laying on some sort of a nail. And we may have been laying on that nail for a while. It may have been a couple days, couple months, couple decades. But we all are laying on some kind of a nail. And as soon as we move, we moan, we squeak, we complain, we blame. But you know what? I don't think it hurts enough for you to get up and actually move. Because just like the dog, I reckon it don't hurt as much. Because guess what? If it hurt enough, no matter how tough and rough and blah it may be, it would get up and move because it freaking hurts so much. So, and I got emotional with this one lady because this is again, it's not the lady, it's just like so many of us, right? We lay on these nails all day, all night, all week, all month, all year, right? And the salesman comes up and tells us, hey, why don't you move? And you say, well, you know what? Don't hurt as much. I know. Because if it did, you would move. I told the same thing to the lady. I said, you know what? 2/3 of your income is going down the drain. It's a nail. But you know what? You still have that 1/3 left. And you're thinking to yourself, well, I still have 1/3 left. You're not thinking that you're losing 2/3. Listen to me. If you're in that situation, okay? If you're in a situation where you know you're in a crappy situation, you gotta do something about it, but you procrastinate, you don't do anything. You sit there and you binge on TV shows, like this lady, right? But there's no action, there's no movement. And she told me, I'll come back to my point. She told me, I've been a procrastinator all my life. Sean, I don't think I'm gonna change. And, before I give you that point, it's been a week that I've recommitted myself to my side gig. And I've kind of rethought about a lot of things and I've recommitted, right? And so I see things differently maybe than you, right? But nonetheless, the point is the point. The thing is this, and I told her the same thing. This is what you can do. Listen to me. This is such a big point. I told her the same thing. I said, listen, I can call you back in 2 years. In 2 years, I can call you back. And you can tell me one of two things. You can tell me that, hey Sean, I'm still a procrastinator. I'm still thinking. I'm still losing 2/3 of my income. I'm still procrastinating on everything. I've been doing it all my life and I can't do that. Right? You could say that. That's definitely one thing you would probably say if I call you back in 2 years. Or you can say, you know what? I don't binge on TV shows anymore. I actually don't procrastinate anymore. I can't believe that I did that all my life. I wasted all my years. Past 2 years, I've changed things. I don't procrastinate. I take action on the things I need to take action right away. Because you know what? I don't want to be laying on any type of a nail. Doesn't matter if it hurts this much or a whole heck of a lot. What I'm sharing with you is, listen to me. Getting up and moving may be tough, but laying on that nail for years and years and years and thinking that it soared that point and it hurts so bad that it doesn't hurt anymore. You're numb to it, right? And that's maybe the comfort zone, that I probably call it the danger zone. But I'm asking you to pay attention to these things. Listen to me. If things are like that, and you recognize it, then don't just sit there. Just please do something about it, right? Work it. And in 2 years you can say, hey, yeah, I wasted my life again. I don't know why. Or you can say, I'm talking about me too, right? Or I can say, man, last 2 years was really rough, but I changed a whole heck of a lot of stuff. And I'm a better person for it. I'm more accomplished. I'm a lot more successful. So I'm asking you, don't be like that, right? Don't be cheap on your dreams and lazy on your dreams. Don't be cheap on your dreams. Go for them, man. So, I know this got a little deep and emotional maybe, or hopefully you enjoyed it. Not just enjoyed it, but like I'm telling you, that one person that needs to hear this, one day you will hear this. And I'm really speaking to you and your heart. I want you to pay really good attention. And pay real good attention, because it's real important. You can, like I said, get up from that any type of a nail. It doesn't have to hurt a whole heck of a lot for you to move. It just, the fact that it's a nail and you're on it, that should be enough, regardless of the amount of pain. You feel me? Anyway, hopefully you guys get some love, some inspiration, some value. If you feel like you did, you'd like to share this, tag a couple people, share it on your wall, do what you gotta do, spread the love. And you know what, I went deep a little bit. Maybe you're somebody who's in that situation and you're looking for something. You're looking for a way out. You're looking for, I don't know, a knock on the door. I don't know, whatever it may be, all right? Share that with me. Drop it in the comments. If you're shy about it, throw it in a chat. Let me know. I'd like to open that conversation up. And just kind of explore that, Who knows? Maybe there's a solution out there for it, and then you may want to take advantage of that solution. Who knows? But You got to put it out there. You got to talk about it, right? If you're feeling like that's you, don't keep laying on that nail. Get up and move. It's a lot more comfortable where there's no nail. It may be a little walk to it, a little work, but once you get there and you lay there, it's a lot more comfortable. There's another analogy for you. So hopefully, again, you got some love, inspiration, value. If you feel like you got some of that, you want to share it with folks around you, and then tag them, share it, do what you got to do. I want to know your feedback though. I want to know, hey, you know what, good stuff, bad stuff, I connect with this, I don't agree with that at all, I agree with this, or have an example like this, that kind of a thing. Just let your mind go and drop your comments below. Let this feed grow. I appreciate you guys. And if you share, you show that you care. And until tomorrow, where we do it all over again. Much love.